We're on the Cutty Sark, ladies and gentlemen, and this has amazed me. It's a hologram. My Facebook page people would have seen it.
How I am? Well, I am all right, and getting a muscle on me like a horse, and you will be glad to hear that I have not had a day's illness of any kind since I've been aboard the ship. Not even a headache. Now, I must tell you something about the passage out. We had pretty fine weather to the line, except in the bay. About the line we got 3 or 4 days doldrums. Then came heavy squalls. I used to get wet every day then. I'll go to the wheel with nothing on but pants and shirt, and then a heavy squall would come and drown me. But I'd have to stop the 2 hours, wet or no wet. Then it began to get colder and colder till we were round the corner. Then with 3 weeks very bad weather, during which time we never had a dry deck. Then was the time to wish you had never come to sea. If there are any boys in Hastings who want to come to sea, show them this and tell them from me to stop in a good home when they got one. Hanging on the lee wheel at night was the worst with the seas, not the little sprays you see at Hastings, washing over continually. One time we were lashed on the poop for a day and 2 nights. When daylight came the second day, she looked a perfect wreck on deck. The cabin was washed out, our cuddy door was burst open. We saw this in the night, but no one dared go on the main deck to shut it. All the lower bunks were washed out. Mine, being a top one, did not suffer much. But all the things in my chest were more or less wet. My stores have lasted well, I think. I ate the last piece of cake the day we crossed the line. It was slightly hard. You can tell nurse that it was lovely. The tinned meat we eat at intervals, and I have a ton of brown left now, but I shall have to get some milk for the passage home. The third mate, Wilcox, and I are boatmen here. We have to stand by with a dinghy to row the captain and his friends ashore. When we were putting the river pilot ashore this morning, he told us that we would most likely lay here till Christmas, as the shearers are on strike. And that reminds me, please save a piece of plum duff for me. We arrived all safe and sound, having made a passage of 80 days from the Downs to the bay here. We had 75 tons of powder and dynamite to work into lighters before we got our letters. So you can guess when we got them. All we could do was lay in our bunks and read them. And you know, when you're working powder, you can't get any grub because the galley fire has to be put out. Now I suppose you want to know how I am. Well, I am all right, and getting a muscle on me like a horse, and you will be glad to hear that I have not had a day's illness of any kind since I've been aboard the ship.
There we are, we're back to the bit where we were. That's brilliant.
Now,
that is absolutely
fantastic. I
fantastic.
must tell you something about the passage out. We had pretty fine weather to the line, except in the bay. About the line we got 3 or 4 days doldrums. Then came heavy squalls.
Oh, that's really fascinated me. It's a hologram, I know, but that's really clever. The deck, that's the rigging. And if you pay, and you can pay for the experience, you can climb up there. There's people climbing up there now. I think it's £41, and you can climb up, and you get lowered down. Which I don't think I should like that very much. Yeah, it's been an amazing experience on this one. I really enjoyed it. Anyone from my Instagram and TikTok wants to see the full tour of it, go on my Facebook or my YouTube and you'll see that. So it's about 32 minutes long, I think, roughly. Facebook's doing me dirty lately. I have to keep my videos under 35 minutes because it keeps muting them after 35 minutes for some reason. There's a fat hens, and these ones sound more like geese. there's hens as well, but that sound, well, it's poultry, whatever it is anyway. They would have had it for its eggs and stuff. And you think when this was up and running, had they seen one of these pottering through the sky, they would have most definitely entered it into the ship's log. That's an unknown vehicle that goes through the sky or something like that. Be funny, wouldn't it? Not for them, they'd probably put the fear of God into them. Anyway, guys and girls, I hope you all enjoyed the tour today. It was really good. Very, very good. Enjoyed that. Take care all, and we'll see you soon. Afternoon, ladies and gents. I just went to the toilet and I thought this was the end of it, but it's not. We're standing literally right underneath the ship now. I'll get into the middle bit so I won't film anyone. But yeah, that's very interesting.
It's kind of good just to do it. Brilliant.
Stuff for the kids, I suppose, or the adults. Some bloke who's older than me was just doing it. You turn the wheel and the rudder goes around, or it's meant to. I don't know what it does, but it moves that thing around, I suppose. Power steering for ships. This has been a most enlivening and enriching experience. I still can't remember. There was this old nun that used to go around touring things and old places and whatnot. I don't know whether she was called Sister Wendy or something like that. But some of her stuff was actually quite good, to be honest with you. Anyway, my nan used to like watching it, and me and my nan was watching it once, and even she, I suppose, laughed about it, because she was pointing at this statue, not realising exactly what she was pointing at, a Roman statue's penis, and went, "Oh, that's nice, isn't it?" And me and my nan was a bit prudish. We both looked at each other and just roared laughing. And the cameraman or someone must have said something to her, because she looked, giggled and moved her finger. She went, no, not that. She went, the carving of the chest and the hair. It was really funny. I'll have to try and find her name. But when I was younger, before my voice broke, I could do the accent even better. It used to make my nan laugh. And that was not always easy to do, bless her, my nan. She didn't have the greatest sense of humour in the world, but... Oh, this is very interesting. They must use this like as an auditorium or something, because it's got like benches on either side. But now we're going to go and have a look at these, the ship's figureheads. So this will probably be a three-parter, actually. The Long John Silver collection of figureheads. Long John Silver collection is the largest collection of merchant navy figureheads in the world. It was given to the Cutty Sark in 1953 by Sidney Cumbers, also known as Captain Long John Silver, because of his eye patch and his love of all things maritime. These figureheads came from vessels mostly dating from the 19th century, and the collection, like Cutty Sark herself, is dedicated to the memorial to the men of the merchant navy. These are really good. I am not going to read all that lot out to you, my little pretties, but you can pause and read, or just enjoy the view. These are brilliant, I must admit. Very, very good. Oh, change arms. Arms aching, holding the phone up. My catch-up live I filmed earlier, to put that on YouTube or anything like that, I've had to send it to Rob to get edited out. The swear words when that nuisance caller called me. Luke lost his temper. But YouTube won't tolerate that kind of thing. I got told off once before for swearing on YouTube. Facebook seems to be a bit more easygoing with the swearing. Facebook it's copywriting with the music, but YouTube it's swearing. Which is a shame, because a lot of the old videos and stuff I like to put on before the era of recorded sound were silent movies, so you have music added to them, and most of it's bloody copyrighted, so... and you can end up losing your account over that, so I don't want to risk that. Well, don't they just all look fine and pretty? And this is the viewing platform up here, so we're going to have a look at this. Yeah, I'll keep this in separate parts. It's not an exit up here, but it is a viewing platform, so... most interesting, but not stupid. And it's a D7 bus straight back to Poplar, which isn't that far from to the side of the river when I get there, so that's good. Funny thing is, I was reading a thing about sailors were very, very superstitious, and I was reading about some ships. The sailors said that the figureheads spoke. Nanny figurehead. Nanny is the Cutty Sarks figurehead, and there she is. That's quite fitting. Oh no, it isn't actually. Completely eradicate that idea from my head and anyone else's. My nan would have gone, oh hey, I should have covered her up a bit, poor old cow. So yeah, we'll eradicate the association of my nan and that one. Greenwich Tunnel. That's where we've come from, and you get a pretty decent view of the city from out here. Sorry about the reflection in the glass, ladies and gents, but there we are. Right, back down, because it's like a bakehouse in here, being glass, as my mum would go. She's not known as Hot Sweat Susie for nothing, my mum. Whenever it gets slightly warm, you hear her going pfft. And she'll be doing that in here because it is warm. Right. And that's the rigging where people climb up on there, which would be pretty good if you like that kind of thing. But 41 quid's not a lot of money for that experience, if that's your cup of tea. Didn't know you could do that on here. And we'll say goodbye to all the figureheads. Rest of the little cottons.
Well done, Cutty Sark. Of course, everyone didn't realize this was there.
Hi. It glares a little bit dodgy in here. Right. Oh god, imagine if this thing collapsed. I'd be killed outright. A copper bottom plan. That's where that saying comes from. It's a copper bottom idea or a copper bottom plan. It's because the British Navy covered the bottoms of its ships in copper. Stop the barnacles and stuff getting on there. Remember, if those service in the match maybe help to enlarge the livelihood.
Are you doing a stream for people?
I am, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So we can see you?
Yeah. London Luke.
London Low?
Yeah.
I got some friends that do that.
Oh right, yeah, it's good all that kind of thing. It's good for people that can't get out and stuff as well. Like they get to have different experiences.
Some of the people that follow it, they've told me, you know, they've got meningitis. They leave the house for a few times a day. And London Low.
Yeah, London Luke. It's
How do I spell Low?
L-U-K-E.
Oh, I'm way off. Oh, Luke.
Yeah.
Oh, see. Let's see. London Luke?
That's me.
This one?
No.
This one?
No. I wonder why it isn't showing.
Maybe one word.
No, it's not all one word. It's just
Oh, wait, it came up. Oops, no, it was live stream. And, Luke. But they always get in trouble because they have a big selfie stick and everything.
Yeah, I know.
You're good using
I
it
don't
just
use
like
that.
that.
I've been told off.
IRL or live stream? What should I
No,
type?
just put London Luke.
Really?
London Luke Living History page, I'm called.
Living history.
I'm on Facebook.
Oh, maybe I'll do that on Facebook. Yeah, and I like to watch them too now.
Yeah, it's good, that kind of thing.
Sorry, what was it?
It's London Luke
History?
Living History page. That's me.
There we go. Okay, and then I'll find it down here. I'll find the...
I'll upload these tonight and you'll see that sometime.
Oh, it's
tonight.
not live.
No, I'm just recording at the moment. Yeah, I did a live earlier, but this is
Alright, well, hi,
a
guys.
pre-record.
Thanks so much.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. Take care. Wish you well. That's nice. A new page member. Get out and about and do this kind of thing you do and meet some lovely people. So he's going to be watching the video later on when it's uploaded. He thought I was live as pre-record this. That's it, ladies and gents. Hope you all enjoyed that. Take care and see you soon.
Hope you all enjoyed the tour. If you did, please give it a like and a share. Thanks very much for watching. See you all again soon.